Yeah, this is a question from December 20 about Swift company, and it's about internal controls. Now it says for each of the three methods, you got to give the description and you got to give the advantage. There's no disadvantage, you got to give the advantage. Now take 2-3 minutes and let's start discussing. It says for each of the three methods identified in the table, describe the method for documenting internal control system. So again, I just discussed this. So it's a method where information is obtained from the client and recorded by the auditor in his own style. The advantage of this is that the auditor is not bound/controlled by a set pattern for the obtaining of the information and can obtain all information that deems fit. The flowchart is a method of documenting a system using flowchart is a method of documenting a system using diagrams to help understand different processes. Yeah. With respect to the advantages, the advantage is that flowchart makes it easier to understand the system, as it clearly depicts graphically the processes involved. Questionnaires is a method in which questions are prepared in advance with an option of yes/no. The advantage of questionnaire is that untrained, junior staff can also get the internal audit process documented using questionnaires. Yeah, simple to record is enough, but just make it a bit of explanatory. Make it a bit descriptive, that's it. Now, what is the next question? Surprisingly, again, it's for the payroll. In fact, not for the payroll, it has to be for the multiple areas. Now, there are 7 key controls which the auditor may seek to place purchases and payrolls and rely upon and prepare a test of controls that should be performed. So that's one of the requirement. And then another requirement of this question is you have to perform the substantive procedures. Now, in fact, the question has changed. Just wait a bit. Okay, so there are 7 key controls and the test of controls that you have to do. So I'm just going to open the question in front of you. I will give you 10 minutes time. Yeah, I'm giving you 10 minutes time. You may go through it and then we'll start discussing. Okay, let's just start off. So what is it? What does it say? It says that it is 1st July, Swift company prints books, which it sells online and supplies to retailers across the country. The company's year end is 30th September 2005. You are an audit supervisor with Tauken and Co., preparing the draft audit programs and reviewing the internal control documentation in preparation of the interim audit. Now, Swift company employs factory staff who are required to work a standard shift of 8 hours per day. No staff members are required to work overtime. All staff members are paid monthly by the bank transfer. Company has a HR department which is responsible for setting up all new joiners, and a payroll department which processes the wages and the salary. There is segregation of duty. There is segregation of duty with respect to the setting up of the new joiners and the processing of payroll, processing of wages and salaries, which would provide better controls. Okay, I'm not writing down now. It says when a new employee joins, HR completes a joiners form, which includes a unique employee number for each new employee. The joiners form is then sent to payroll department so that new employee can be set up for payment. Unique employee number must be entered into the payroll system before employee can be added to the payroll. On a monthly basis, an exception report relating to changes to the payroll standing data is processed and reviewed by the payroll manager. So what you could see is that you say an exception report relating to the changes to the payroll data is produced and reviewed by the payroll manager, each month. No, it's not a good control. We are not talking about the operational aspects. We are talking about the financial reporting aspects. That's a major thing that you need to talk about. Employee hours worked and their hourly wages rate are preset into the system, which automatically calculates the gross and net pay along with relevant deductions and generates employee slips. The payroll supervisor selects a sample of the pay slips, reperforms the gross to net pay calculation, and investigates any discrepancies. The sample pay slips are then signed as evidence for the review. Okay. The payroll supervisor regularly selects a sample of the payroll processed by the system to ensure that no. So what is actually happening is the payroll supervisor is regularly selecting a sample of the payroll processed by the system to ensure that no errors are made during the processing. So you got to make sure that no errors are made during the processing. So that's what the payroll supervisor does. Okay, now what next is there? Let's move a bit forward. It says the company has a purchasing department based at its head office. When raw materials are required, the production supervisors submit a requisition form to the purchasing department. A multi-part purchase order is generated and the purchasing manager authorizes all orders up to 5,000. Orders over 5,000 are authorized by the purchasing director. Okay. There are limits set with respect to the approval of purchasing orders, and all the purchase orders are required to be authorized. Further, the purchases of higher value are authorized by senior personnel. Now what next is there? Let's try to understand. It says warehouse team processes the goods received from suppliers. They agree the goods received to the purchase order and check the quantity and the quality of the goods. On completion of those checks, a GRN is produced. One copy of GRN is signed and filed in the warehouse. Another copy is sent to the finance department. Goods are counted and checked before they are accepted. A payables ledger clerk logs the purchase invoices in a batches of 20 into the purchase day book utilizing control totals. A batch control sheet is completed for each set of 20 invoices and clerk signs. So the batch totals and control totals are used for the processing of the purchase invoices. So what is actually happening is the batch totals and the control totals are used for the processing of the purchasing invoices. That is also something good. Okay, then it says supplier statement recons are performed on a monthly basis. All differences are fully investigated. And financial controller, these review reconciliations. Invoices are paid in accordance with the credit terms. Finance director authorizes bank transfer payment list for suppliers having first agreed the amounts to be paid to supporting documentation. Okay, supplier reconciliations are performed on a monthly basis and the payments are only made after the reconciliations are completed. After the reconciliations are completed. So what is actually going to happen is these are the different types of IP. These are the different types of controls that are there in this specific organization. And what is it that we need to do? We need to talk about the test of controls for all of them. Do you people get the controls? Yeah. Do you people understand the controls here? IP. Do you people understand the controls here? Yeah. Are you people there? Okay, good enough. Now let's just see. So let's talk about the test of controls. When you are going to be talking about the test of controls, what are the test of controls that are going to be here? So with respect to it, you would say that the segregation of duty with respect to setting up of, okay, obtain a sample of the new joiners set up in the system and a sample of the payroll processed to confirm that they are being processed by personnels from separate departments. Inspect an exception report signed for the to confirm that it is prepared and reviewed. Observe or inspect the test report on the payroll performed by the payroll supervisor to confirm that the errors have been identified. Obtain a sample of purchasing orders and confirm that obtain a sample of purchasing orders and confirm that these orders are approved by the relevant personnel depending upon the value of order. Observe the warehouse department perform quantity counts and quality checks when goods are received. Test a sample of the data processed to confirm that appropriate control and batch totals are effective. Inspect a sample of okay. So inspect a sample of supplier reconciliations performed and also inspect correspondences with the suppliers to confirm that recons and discrepancies are appropriately discussed and resolved. So this is what you got to keep in mind. I mean, this is what you got to keep in mind. Green है.